Hey guys, it's me, Big Mike. Just wanted to fill you in. For those who haven't seen our Facebook post, this will be our last couple episodes we will be filming of Mergy Movies and of IQ Not Applicable podcasts. Like I say, we won't be gone. We're just going to be taking a break from podcasting for a while. We may have a couple here and there, but for now, we are just going to do personal projects and things like that. Fergie and I will be doing a movie-related show every once in a while when we can and when we have enough time. Just families, busies, times, and stuff like that. So don't worry, we're not going away. Just taking a break for a little while. So yeah, this is going to be the last episode of Mergy Movies for quite some time. We'll do one more IQ&A to finish up. But until then, thanks guys, and grab your popcorn, folks. This is the last Mergy Movies for a while.
And here we go.
And marker. Hello, once again. Welcome to Mergy Movies. I'm Big Mike.
I'm Justin Ferguson.
We are here to talk about subtle details and or things in film that pop on the screen that you actually notice, and they actually use it as examples for the future. Like great cinematography, things like they film, like when, for example, like not that it's a great example, but like using the Cloverfield situation with the shaky camera to make you feel like you're there. I mean, shaky camera is not always good, but like, things like that, like things that definitely stand out in film.
Cloverfield is a good example because, you have the big kaiju, big monster movies like that. An original idea is, and we have shaky cam, which has been done to death in horror movies.
Definitely,
and
yeah.
But you take it and you put a kaiju movie and you film it with shaky cam. Like from a handheld perspective of a city being attacked by a giant monster.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea.
Oh, yeah.
And it turned out to be a really good movie.
Yeah. So, like, what's an example you can tell me from something you've seen in film there?
A really good example of a subtle thing done with a camera trick. And it's something that someone pointed it out to me in a video essay I was watching, and you don't realize this director's doing it, but he does it in every single one of his movies. Every single shot he's ever shot, he does this, and it's such a subtle thing. You don't pick up on it, but your brain does.
Right. Okay.
And it screws with your head when you really think about it. And what David Fincher does with his camera, when the characters are moving, he moves the camera with them.
Right.
So the camera will move in a way to show the emotion that the situation that the character's in. If the character is walking a long way, the camera will move with them. If the character lurches back, he'll zoom out at the exact same pace.
Right.
If he showed one scene in Gone Girl where this woman walks down a flight of stairs into her living room, stops, turns, and keeps walking. The camera moved, shot for shot, millimeter for millimeter, in sync with her movements.
Oh, okay.
Like, she walked down, it followed her down, she stopped, she turned, the camera turned with her.
Oh, okay.
And as he does that with every movement of every character in every single one of his movies.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
and you never pick up on it.
No, not unless you've watched it.
Once you're looking for it.
Yeah.
And once you start looking for it, you're like, oh my god, it is in every single shot he has ever shot of everything.
Yeah, no, definitely. One thing I like, not just about cinema, but visually, is I like sound.
Yeah.
Like you were mentioning with A Quiet Place, which I'm dying to see. Just like a blade of grass is really loud, things like that. Stuff like that. When it's just certain sounds Like I'll bring up a all-time classic. Like let's say musical score obviously plays a ginormous part in the film, and one of the most horrifying scenes in film to this day is because of the score, and that's Psycho.
Yeah.
Psycho absolutely terrifies you because it's like you're like first of all it's quiet. I'll give Hitchcock this too. He's fucking moments like where there's suspense like that. He's quiet as shit sometimes.
Hitchcock, Scorsese both do it. Is you got to know when to use silence.
Exactly.
And when you have it, it's when you put in the silence and then sound comes back, it hits you.
Exactly, definitely. And like, and so like when that curtain opens and it's like, it literally it doesn't even start right away. The stuff, but like it literally is a little like how you would react if that happened to you. Like turn around, and it's like how are you going to react to something like that?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like oh, and then it's just like it shocks you to the core where it's like oh my god. And then like again with score where score can mean so much to you, like with like movies like Up. And even like the original Superman fucking score is just absolutely phenomenal. It literally speaks to Superman, and that's why I found it awesome when they used it in Superman Returns. Like, say what you want about Superman Returns, it's not the greatest Superman movie ever, but that score was awesome. But as for sound, it's just the smallest thing when can be the loudest. Like you're all of a sudden you're hearing something, and it's like in horror movies especially, sound is really important
in horror movies.
Yeah, and it's like, and even silence is important in horror movies. Like, never mind A Quiet Place, but like other movies.
Oh yeah, there's like a great scene in, I think the second Conjuring. Yeah, the second Conjuring movie.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's Conjuring. Whatever. One of those James
one
Wan
of those
horror
ones.
series.
Okay. Anyway, yeah.
And there's this great. There's no music in this scene, and this girl. The scene is this: the girl, the main character, both her legs are broken.
Right.
And she's bedridden.
Right.
And the ghost demon thing flips her out of bed. And
Jesus.
And she's laying on the floor looking under her bed, and she sees the demon's feet. There's no sound other than just his feet going.
Oh, that's creepy as fuck.
And walking around, shutting the windows, shutting the door, and that's all you hear is her breathing and his footsteps.
Yeah, that's fucking creepy, and that's why I am looking forward to, but I'm also not looking forward to. They're adapting the scary stories to tell in the dark.
Yeah.
You know, that creepy ass book, the creepy ass drawings in it. Yeah. They're putting that in movie form, and I'm gonna shit my pants because those are fucking terrifying. And there's scenes like that where it's like. And like in the book, it's almost like you can hear it, and that's what a good book does, right? It just puts you in your head, and it's like you can hear those sounds, like and the footsteps creak and stuff, and it's like I say, horror movies do that awesomely, like the quietness when in like Halloween, for example, where it's like you don't know where this fucking guy is. It's just creepy shit like that. And another movie I'm looking forward to. I heard the trailer is just phenomenal for this new Halloween movie too, so I'm waiting for it.
There's a scene in, going back to A Quiet Place.
Yes.
I just love this movie.
Yeah, like I say, I really want to see it. Actually, Candace and I were contemplating seeing it the other day.
There is a great scene. It's in the trailer. Mm-hmm. It's in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything. Okay. It's in the trailer.
Okay.
They have this path set up because, you walk, you step on leaves, that makes sound.
Yeah.
So they have this path of beach sand that they've laid out. And in the scene, they've told the son, the one son they have, that he can't have this toy. It's like a little small spaceship that's got noise buttons on it.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
And they take the batteries away from him.
Kids, I tell you.
They take the batteries away from him. Mm-hmm. But of course he grabs them and puts it back. And they're walking across the bridge. He's at the tail end of the line. They're walking single file across this bridge on the sand. Mm-hmm. And all you hear is just the crunch of bare feet in sand. That's all you can hear. Mm-hmm. Like a little bit of a breeze. All of a sudden you hear it. And he just... I'll give him credit. He's a pretty good serious actor. He just does this dad turn. When your kid pisses you off and you just look at them?
Yeah.
He just does this turn. Like he's walking and he just stops. And he does this turn. And he looks at the kid and the kid's like holding this up like this. And he's like... He just had this look on his face like, are you fucking kidding me? And it's one of the...
Yeah, and those I don't. Do you full on see what the creatures are in this?
Yes, you do. Okay. And that's another thing they do really good in this movie.
Okay.
Is another cool little cinematic trick
we're
going to talk about here.
Actually,
that he does. And this is kind of, I guess, credit to him because he's not a big horror movie fan. And
you know,
he
it's
has
those people that aren't like a fan of like the certain genre that end up like cranking it out of the park like later on or something.
because they bring something new to it. And he did this is something they do in like old horror movies. Is they revealed the creature like a finger here, a foot here.
Like in Signs is a good example.
Yeah,
like that's one thing I loved about Signs. It's like me and Randy when we went and saw it in the theater, like buddy of ours. We literally, like, when that alien walks across the frickin', like, at that birthday party, we fucking did exactly what Joaquin Phoenix did. We sat up in our chairs and we were we saw this thing. Like, it was fucking creepy, man. And I love that shit.
Yeah. But they do that with these creatures where you don't see the full... You'll see, like, a silhouette, or you'll see a hand, or you'll see, like, half of its head or something, or an arm, or a leg, or a foot. And that's all you'll see, like a flash of the scene, and then at the end, the big climax of the movie, then you get to see the full creature.
Of course,
yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like when they do that because it adds to the suspense, because you have no idea what this thing looks like. Yeah. And they did that with Cloverfield, too.
They did that with Cloverfield, too.
Until the one scene where he's literally on top, I was like, ah! I was like, oh shit! It's like, there he is. But,
But, like, the Cloverfield, you can really do a lot with that, because it's the shaky handheld cam. With how big that creature is, you're trying to get a shot. You're on the run. You're getting away from this thing, and you're not going to get the whole thing.
No, and that's a good cinematic trick again because it's realistic. It's like you're never going to be able to like get a steady camera shot of that thing. No way. But yeah, there's so many cool little cinematic tricks. God, I'm just burping here. But anyway, like things like that just make a film stand out and put it apart from the rest. Where people talk about it for years to come, as opposed to it's just another fucking stupid movie.
And it's just knowing how to show the thing too.
Yes.
Fighting scenes, for example, we talk about this.
Like Transformers is so bad for the like shaky camera shit.
Yeah, where you watch like an old like, I don't know if you've ever seen a Kurosawa film like Seven Samurai or
no, I've never seen
or Yojimbo or any of those.
No, none of those
Old classic Japanese samurai movies.
Right. They are up close and personal, though, aren't they? Not like shaky, but they
get close to the face. It's kind of spaghetti westerns are like very inspired by them. So you get like the kind of
like
close.
Kill Bill kind of style, right? Is what because that's what he's trying to.
He was
do, right?
definitely taking from Akira Kurosawa, the director,
right?
And then you get the full wide shots and the actual. You see the whole thing.
Right,
and
like what Jackie Chan would do too. In his movies.
Jackie
like,
Chan.
You see all his shit, and he did it himself. So.
Yeah, he directed it himself. But yeah, like you Buster Keaton, if you want to go back to old comedy, it goes to comedy too. Show, and we talked about how comedy's been dying recently, but
definitely.
Yeah, it's like you just kind of you got to do creative things with the camera and let us see what you're doing.
I can't wait to see next year's Oscar nominees and hope that A Quiet Place is there for best sound editing because that'd be awesome.
Truth be told, that movie used that the sound is almost another character in of itself,
and that's what they talk about like in reviews I've read and what I like spoiler list reviews or whatever. Yeah, that they it's like the sound and the things in the film are like another character.
Yeah,
definitely. So again, something I'm looking hugely forward to. Like I was behind with it and I caught up with it, so yeah, I'm hoping sooner than later here I can catch up with A Quiet Place because
they've done the first.
Plus, I love John Krasinski. Fuck yeah.
They've done the first casting for the sequel to It. They've cast Beverly.
Oh, who? I haven't heard who.
Jessica Chastain.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I heard that was a rumor for a while, but that's official now.
Yeah, she's also worked with the director before because she was in Mama.
Right. No, I'm totally. I heard that would have been. And that is a perfect choice. Yeah. I'm interested who the rest of the people are going to be. I'm kind of.
They can add John Krasinski because he's proved he can do this horror shit.
All I know is I didn't know much about John until I started watching The Office, and he's just. That dude's just awesome, all around. Just seems like an awesome dude.
And he's married to one of the most talented ladies in Hollywood right now.
Definitely, and his wife in the movie. Yeah, so, which is really cool. So I totally forgot about that till I heard about the movies coming. I'm like, oh yeah, right, that's awesome. So, no, and hey, half the time working with family works, man. When it comes to shit like that. So, but yeah. So I guess until next time, I'm Big Mac.
I'm just pretty first.
And grab your popcorn, folks, but eat it quietly. Very fucking quiet. Don't put any batteries in your goddamn toys.
Yeah, no.
Fucking kids, man. Kids.
Oh, there's like
I love my daughter, but Jesus. Sometimes
there's one great thing like the oldest daughter is a teenager,
right,
and they're trying to talk to her. She's having a teenage meltdown, and it's like, how do you argue with a teenager without like talking to her?
Yeah, again, I'm looking forward to that too.
They're like trying to.
I will beat the shit out of you. Shut up. Shut up. God.